Good morning, everybody. It's our first morning in Athens. Marshall, Mary, and I got caught up on some YouTube and finished off some nuts and fruits while we waited for Michael to come back from his run outdoors. Then the four of us walked down to this market that Marshall and Mary remembered from when they lived in Athens about 6 months ago. I thought the fresh fruit and vegetables were so colorful and pretty, I had to take lots of footage of them, even though you know I'm not really a vegetables or fruit kind of person. But much more interesting to me was the meat. Coming from the United States, I'm really not used to meat markets quite like this. It's always a little bit shocking to see it, but these steaks looked absolutely delicious, and I was really hoping we would have time to buy and try out some of this. Look at those lamb's heads. Wow. I was hoping we would have time to buy some and try it out, but there just really wasn't time on this trip for us to do too much home cooking. So I just got to walk through and admire how beautiful all this meat looked. Absolutely love a market like this. If you're new to this channel or just finding this video, you might not know it, but Michael and I live and eat almost full-time as carnivores, and this is just a different experience for us being able to go to a meat market with things on display quite like this. So this was extremely fascinating for both of us.
The cheeks of the salmon are delicious, Julie. Kebab mix.
Yes, yeah.
Michael does eat a lot of nuts in his diet, so he got himself a snack from here to take on the road with us and eat while we were walking around. We were all hungry, so we walked around looking for a place to eat, and this is the one the group chose. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it looks like it was put in what used to be a general store or something. And Michael and I chose this English breakfast with the sausage, bacon, and eggs. We also all got freshly squeezed orange juice because this was a newfound favorite for me.
You're right. That's pure orange right there.
And here you go, a little look at it. I didn't eat the beans or the veggies, but the meat was pretty good. Great way to start the day. Over breakfast, we came up with a plan for how to handle the day. It was forecasted to be pretty hot, so we decided what we would do would be walk around and just kind of enjoy Athens, take it all in the morning while it was cool. Then midday, when the heat and the sun got really intense, we were going to go to an indoor air-conditioned museum with artifacts that had been rescued from the Acropolis. Then later in the afternoon, as the sun and the heat started to abate, we would go up to the Acropolis. The group consensus was that since we were going to the Acropolis later this afternoon, we were going to get to see plenty of archaeological ruins, or as Marshall put it, old rocks. So we decided not to take any guided tours of any of the other ruins around the city of Athens, but we did walk around and look for them and look at them. This right here that you're looking at is the Roman Agora.
Or what's left of it. And that's a decided lack of library.
Things look very different the day and night.
They
so
really
it's worth
do.
seeing them both day and night. But honestly, like, we never even went down there. Like, I've seen it from here. There's so much to see.
Here's the logic. See, there's two rings, there's two squares.
I see.
This square was typically covered.
No, I think the inside square was covered and the outside square may or may not have
Well,
been.
no, because there's pictures.
Well, they're paintings and they're after the fact. They're not contemporary.
And show me any...
This is us arriving at the Acropolis Museum. As you can see, as you walk towards the entrance and where you buy tickets, you are walking on top of glass. This is to show you that the museum itself was built on top of the ruins of an ancient Greek neighborhood. These are all houses that we're looking down at. The museum itself is a 4-story building built in the general shape of the Parthenon, and it is housing and protecting thousands of artifacts that have been recovered from the Acropolis. Most of the museum has a strict no photography, no filming policy, although there are a few areas where you are allowed to take photos. So sadly, I'm not able to show you most of what's inside the museum, but there are high-quality photos of all of it online if you want to Google it. Let me just say it was absolutely amazing and beautiful, and I thoroughly enjoyed every minute we spent walking around this museum. Underneath the museum, you can walk around and look at the ruins of this Greek village. This first area that we're looking at is a private bath chamber. Visitors who enter would first start out in a warm room to adjust, and then they would get into the hot room, which is like a steam bath or a sauna. After that, they would take something like a cold plunge and then put on essential scented oils. What we have here are the remains of some public latrines. Most houses at this time period did have their own private latrines, but public ones were also common. However, they did not have exactly separate men's and women's latrines. What they had was separate hours, when the men could use it versus when the women could use it. Money in there.
US dollars in there.
There are, yeah.
Asian. Gone.
Go.
You want to do a 20?
I did not read every single sign underneath this museum to see what every single structure was, but I will say that it was almost eerie and really fun walking through here because it just felt like you were standing looking down into echoes of the past of a whole culture and civilization that existed so long before me. This was probably, for me, even more enjoyable than the museum upstairs. The artifacts that you find in temples are never quite as special to me as seeing what the day-to-day, everyday life of maybe a more average human from the time is like. What was this? We need more signs.
I know. They dug down.
The thing is that all of these was covered in dirt. Like the city,
What from?
Dirt from years and years and years and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Is that original or is that recreated?
I just assumed it was original, but I guess
Their ability to have water like in any room in the house and have some plumbing.
I think it has to be reconstructed.
At this point, we were approaching mid-afternoon and the sun was just baking down on us. It was so very hot. So we just decided to walk slowly and leisurely, just enjoy our route and make our way slowly towards the Acropolis and not hurry. Just stroll around and enjoy the sights.
Parthenon was later researched and later lost and later.
I learned that today too. I had no idea.
I never knew that. I knew that story long. I didn't know.
Yeah.
This one has no frescoes. She said I could take video in.
It's like, let's check the car.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Most art got burned and destroyed because the religion disapproved of it.
Oh, that's a point I hadn't taken into consideration. Yep.
Okay, I want to show you something that you're gonna love. Come here.
Come on, yeah.
You're gonna laugh at this one.
This guy?
It's dark comedy. It's really dark.
Okay.
Forgive me, YouTube, if you don't think this is funny, but I think it's funny because I don't believe in God.
Okay. You're in good company. Tell me, this guy.
No, well, yes, it's about the guy, but let me show it to you in English. You want me to for yourself.
Wow, what?
Thank you, the Moskinos.
I'd rather be shot.
I think I'd rather be shot.
Right?
So we got a statue for him now? We are all big fans of Vietnamese food, and this is where we chose to have lunch. Are you excited?
I am. It smells very good.
Don't wait for that. Only lame people wait for others.
Only Wayne.
What'd you think?
You tell me. It was good.
You even ate the vegetables. It must have been good.
Very good.
Pardon how sweaty I am, but
Look at there. Empty.
even ate the noodles. So good. We just happened to walk past a French dessert shop, and Michael and I could not resist trying out their homemade pie and macaroons.
Can we see the inside of that? There we go.
Here comes the monster. Wow. That's yummy. This one.
This one, that one's.
Interesting. Here comes the destroyer of worlds.
Those are good.
You're laughing at me, man.
Here, what? Are you going back?
Oh, thank you.
You sure? Yeah.
You enter here, and supposedly, like, all those arches were connected with the big, how do you say muralla in English, baby?
Well,
I guess a wall, yeah.
By this point, the heat was starting to abate, and we decided to head on up the hill to the Acropolis. I believe admission the day we were there was €24 per person. The Acropolis is currently undergoing a preservation and restoration project sanctioned by UNESCO and the Greek Ministry of Culture and Sports. This project has been a challenge for years, as the preservation of the Acropolis was considered particularly complex due to the many different historical phases of construction that can be seen at this site. This restoration project is understandably the source of a lot of controversy and heated debate, especially among Greek people themselves that hold this site near and dear to their hearts. Some people do not believe that the site needed any intervention and consider that this is pandering to mass tourism rather than saving the site from the ravages of time. So I'm just going to show you the footage that we took. I don't have an opinion right now, and I want to look into this more and research it for myself to see how I feel.
This chair is like a movie theater.
In the meantime, I think the Acropolis speaks for itself. It's humbling to be here. This has been here for so many thousands of years. I think everyone out there knows what it is, remembers learning about it in history, in school. There is nothing I could say about the Acropolis to contribute to the wealth of knowledge that's already out there in the world. So I think I'm just going to show you the footage that we took and not spoil it with voiceovers. Maybe put in a few of our reactions, but for the most part, I just hope you enjoy the footage that we took.
You like really nice that you used to have a roof.
At one point, you asked, this had a roof
That
over
a
the
rich person. Yeah, that a rich person.
At the time, it was the largest roof in the world. I think.
The Acropolis closes around 8 p.m., so we were extremely fortunate to get to be here so late in the day and watch the colors of the sky changing as the sun was on its way down. We would have loved to actually watch the entire sunset from the Acropolis, but that's just not possible. We did sit and enjoy the fading light and saw this TV show being filmed. We have no idea who this guy is, and he wasn't speaking in English, so we didn't want to bother him. But it would be really cool to know what he was saying about the Acropolis.
Did you have a fun time? Oh, I had the best time.
We're thirsty.
Yeah.
We drank 3 liters of water between the 4 of us.
3 in the first hour.
How many hours were we here?
Like 3:20.
Close to 3.5 hours. Okay. We drank all 3 liters between the 4 of us in the first hour, so we are way dehydrated.
Our tongue feels like a lizard.
We have sweat so much, but it evaporates, and you don't realize how.
Because it'd be hot.
Because it'd be hot.
Pro tip, don't come to the Parthenon from June to August. Come in the shoulder months. No people, no heat.
I'll link her Instagram right here.
You can't just go to like Athens and then every day see an archaeological wonder because you're just like, you wouldn't appreciate it. Exactly.
Close in the straight light, hand on your backside, bottle to your lips, and we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, right.
That's one forgotten soldier in the dozen more passed out on the train. I want you to know, babe, that it ain't under control, but it's cool in the autumn breeze. Coffee between.
That tastes like cider.
What do you think?
That's awesome.
That tastes like
Brewed
cider.
in Denmark.
It tastes like kombucha at all.
Tea, elderflower, jasmine green tea.
US kombucha
marigold.
sucks. If kombucha should taste like that, that's the
I know,
big
and
deal.
raspberry juice.
That tastes so good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Does it have sugar?
Fruit sugar.
Oh, baby, today is
This game is one just like this, and this is connected to it. Like this is the same like water flow, whatever, aqua or whatever.
Is that what they call an aqueduct, or is that only in
No, it's not an aqueduct. It's like a water flow.
For dinner, we went back to the same restaurant where we had eaten the night before, because I tell you what, that yogurt loo kebab dinner that we had, we have not stopped talking about that all day long. When Marshall said he would drive out of his way to eat here any day of the year, I understand. That is the most delicious meal I think I had in Greece, anywhere that we went. It's called yogurt loo. It's kebabs with pita, and then Michael got this cheese salad, and it was absolutely as delicious as we remembered. And after this point, we started walking back towards our Airbnb. We were all pretty foot tired from having walked all day, and we were ready to call it a night. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.